Hello, YouTube. I was looking at the protests of the students in England there in London. I watched a few comments, I read a few comments from people about the protests. Some people are saying it's not a right or a privilege that you should be able to go out and get an education. These people should not bitch and moan about an education. And in the system that we have, the way it is set up, I agree. Because at one time it was a choice. You could go get an education and make a lot of wealth from that education, or you could continue on with what you're doing, get a manual labor job and survive on your basic education from the institutionalized schools. Now it is, you can go out, spend your promised a career. The contract with the individual institutions are 90% of the, from the school that I went to, 90% of the students that go there get jobs. You go in, you get your master's or your BA or as much education as you want. You get hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. You get out and you work at Harvey's. A lot of people will say, well, those people are lazy. I know so many people that have worked their ass off and just haven't been able to get a leg up. They're getting in at the wrong time, wrong place at the wrong time, or something happens for a while that they can't get a leg up and the debt just starts going down on them. They finally get a job and their money is spent into paying off that student loan. The problem is with the system. I believe education should be given to the ones that seek education. Nowadays, education is basically a must to get a low-paying job. You need at least the minimum high school, which will get you McDonald's or Harvey's or slapping together bobbleheads on a line. If you get your certificate, say from a college, that will get you management positions in those. If you get your master's or BA, you might be a low-level designer. And I'm not talking about everybody. I'm saying 9 out of 10 people will get those shit-ass jobs. So it's not getting paid for on the education system. It is it just bothers me because to try to explain, first I gotta get my thoughts straight, but it's a multi-leveled problem. It's not just getting grants by the governmental institutions. See, this is where I have problems with government, because it's a single controlling representative body that puts what they tell you is the best interest for you, but it's the best interest for their lobbyists or their funders to do that, to set the system up the way it is. So, anyways, I'm with the students. The more that people protest about all this stuff, about the different levels of the corruption, I'll just call it corruption in this system, greed in this system, scarcity in this system, the better. More and more people are becoming awake. I would love to see people get an education, people that want an education. If you don't want an education, that's fine. You should have that choice. You're going to get one anyways, because if you're living, you're gonna have to get it. But it should be up to the individual. Anyways, I just thought I'd say that on the student tuition fee protest.